Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Rich and this is Savage Supercars. So what I want to very talk to you about briefly today is car prices and the whole market and where it is at the moment, because there's some really good deals to be had out there, second-hand cars, but also some dealer deals as well. And I've got some information here on some of the latest deals that I've had confirmed that are just absolutely crazy. So I think it's definitely a buyer's market at the moment. If you're financially in a position to get something a little bit different, a little bit special, some really good deals to be had, guys. So I'm sure, like me, you watch other YouTube guys. So obviously we watch TGE, great guy, and Supercars of London and Archie Hamilton and that. And Dean at DMB Collections, great guy. I love his videos, love his channel, and I'm always looking at his stock levels on his garage. And he's just done a video on this first car. So the first, I think, real proper bargain of 2020 has got to be McLaren 720S. I think it's just absolutely at the moment probably one of the best supercars out there, and value for money is just obscene. I mean, I've seen quite a few recently, which we'll go on to, but we're talking about a 211 mile an hour supercar, McLaren supercar. It's just absolutely stunning. Obviously quite well known from the Hobbs and Shaw film recently. Jason Statham was driving it. Just a stunning car, really proper fast car. So 211 mile an hour. It's a 4-litre twin turbo V8 producing 720 brake horsepower, hence the name 720. Now, the list price of these was about 250, 260. And you start adding some carbon fibre, bit of independent leather, the adjustments and everything, you could quite easily spec it to about 280. I said, but if you say sort of 250, 260 is an average list price for a 720S, there's quite a few out there for sub 160. Okay, low mileage, you know, 3,000 miles on the clock, one owner, for less than £160,000. I mean, it's millimeters off a P1 for nothing like the price. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy. And in fact, I found one literally just before I did this video. I was doing a quick search of my usual suspects and actually found a garage that had one at 145k for a 720S. I mean, that's 720 brake horsepower, guys, 211 mile an hour. That's an absolute steal for that kind of car, you know, absolutely crazy. So there's a lot of stuff out there about the 720S at the moment, but I think there's definitely probably a bargain supercar if there is such a thing. So I think the 720S is definitely something that if you're in the market, that's definitely something to go and look for, guys. And while we're on to McLaren's, one of my favourite cars, you know that, is a 600 LT. I absolutely love the 600 LT. 600 brake horsepower from its 3.8 twin turbo V8. Now, the list price was sort of sub 200 grand, 204, 206 grand. The styling's amazing. And obviously the party piece is the fact that on the right fuel, in the right temperatures and the right conditions, you're going to start getting flames. And there's a few guys on YouTube, Parker from Vehicle Virgins, he tweaked his a little bit, got massive brake horsepower difference out of his, but he gets flames all the time now, which is just crazy. But I love the 600 LT. It's definitely one of my favourite cars in the coupe or the convertible. And they're going for under 160 grand. That's a lot of car. 204 mile an hour supercar for, again, sort of one under 160, less than 160 grand. It's crazy car. And there's loads out there as well. That's the other thing I would say. There's not like one car. There's lots of cars out there at the moment available. So yeah, definitely a really good buy and one to look forward to. And while we're talking about one of my favourite cars, I'm desperate to get one of these on the channel, desperate to get behind the wheels of one of these. It's the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. Aston Martin's ultimate GT car at the moment, if you like. I mean, it is absolutely, they call it a brute in a suit, and I totally get it. It's the next level up from the DB11. It's absolutely stunning. 5.2 twin turbo V12, 715 brake horsepower. Sounds like thunder. It's just absolutely an astonishing car. Absolutely astonishing car. 211 mile an hour. And the list price for these, they started at 225, but by the time you did a little bit of specification, they were coming in at around about 255, 260 for a well-spec'd one. And there's quite a few out there for 166. There's a couple of Aston Martin dealerships that have got some pre-delivery ones with 3,000-4,000 miles on the clock for 160 grand, 166 grand. And we're talking about £250,000 GT Aston Martin car, absolutely stunning for under 160 grand. It's crazy times. it's going to keep depreciating. I appreciate that, but it's never going to depreciate more than it has now. So, you know, it will slowly drip feed a little bit away, like you would expect owning that kind of car. But the big bulk of it, you know, 80 to 100 grand off, that's done now. That's done. It's done its depreciation. That's it. So there'll be no more moving forward on that. That's his biggest loss. And what on a car? What an amazing car for less than 160 grand. So yeah, I know a couple of guys actually that are looking to buy them now. They kind of waited until they come under the sort of 200 grand mark. They're now sort of 160, 166 from a dealer with warranty. It's a crazy car, and I would, for 160 grand, I'd jump all over it. DB11s. There's quite a few DB11s out there, and you can get some DB11s for sort of under 90 grand for not a very old Aston Martin DB11, which is crazy. Anyway, some of the dealer deals that I found, and I actually know people that have bought these cars, so these aren't just rumours, these are actual physical deals that happened. So a colleague of mine went and bought a brand new BMW 840 grand coupe off the dealership lot in the showroom. It was pre-registered, it had 6 miles on the clock, something like that. And the list price on this car, spec'd up, was 75 grand. And he walked away with that car. I mean, it's registered for BMW, but basically he's the first official owner. He picked that car up for 51 grand. It's a serious car, serious car. Limited to 155 mile an hour, as a lot of these are. 340 brake horsepower. New model. There's not loads of them on the road. You don't see loads of new 8 Series on the road at all. And yeah, really good deal. So the deals can be had in the showrooms as well, guys. Not just out and about when they're second hand. There's really good deals to be had there. So yeah, 840 grand coupe, literally yeah, 75 grand. He paid 51 grand for it. So really good. So another guy, he's going to be on the channel actually, a friend of mine, Simon. He's got I won't tell you what he's got. He's got a couple of really nice Aston Martins that will be coming on the channel very soon, that he's allowing us to take both out back to back and do videos on, and they're poles apart when it comes to different types of Aston Martins, but they're absolutely stunning, and he's given us permission to do that. So that will be something coming on in the spring, now the weather gets a little bit better. He bought an M3 competition, brand new off the dealership, okay, 3 litre inline 6 twin turbo, 444 brake horsepower. The list price was 80 grand, and he went in there, and you know, it was on the, again in the dealership, it registered on the dealership, it was there, and he picked up that car for just over 60 grand. Now I'll be honest with you, the dealer was like, no, I'm not letting you go for 60 grand, and he actually paid £60,200. That was actually the deal that he got for a brand spanking new, I've said an M3 comp, and I do apologise, it was an M4 comp. Absolutely amazing car in the blue with the black leather. Absolutely stunning car, well spec'd, fully loaded. He paid £60,200 for that car, brand spanking new. So there are deals to be had out there. Now, one of the other cars that you might not think about, and in fact, one of my friends was wanting to get a toy, and we were talking about, he had a budget, and I threw this car in the mix, and it completely messed him up because he wasn't thinking about this car. It's the S-Class Coupe or Convertible. A lot of people wouldn't think of the S-Class. They think of the S-Class as the big four-door limo. But I said to him, you know, look at the S-Class Coupe and the S-Class Convertible, because these are really good value for money at the moment. Now, I'm not talking about the 63 or the 65 AMGs. We moved down a model to the 500 V8. Okay, so the S-Class 500 V8, 450 brake horsepower. I mean, it's a serious car, well spec'd, well equipped, a real cruising car, extremely comfortable car. But when you want to put your foot down and have a bit of fun with it, you know, 450 brake horsepower is there. It's going to rip the tarmac. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. Perfect car for traveling Europe, when we can travel Europe, I should say. It's just a long distance car. It's a beautiful car, a good looking car as well. So I found a 2-year-old convertible. List price was 122 grand, and this was sub 50 grand. And then when you start looking, there's quite a few out there. There's quite a few S500 V8s out there for under 50 grand, 44, 46 grand for a 5 litre. 450 brake horsepower S-Class convertible, absolutely stunning car. So you might not think of it, you might think, oh no, I want a toy, but you know, what would I get? That is definitely a car to look at without a shadow of a doubt. Now, just to give you a bit of a rundown on some of the other deals that I found out there. So we mentioned before, I found a 1967, sorry, a 67 plate Aston Martin DB11. Low mileage, 100 from new, on a forecourt, very, very good garage friend of ours, for 90 grand. 89,950 to be precise, for a DB11. I mean, that's a serious, that is James Bond car, isn't it? You know, for what he did for under 90 grand. And you know, that's crazy money. So, and in fact, the same dealer had a 2015 Lamborghini Huracan, for 129k. Black on black. I mean, I love the Huracan. That's a really, really good buy. Really good buy. But if you want to take this step up from the Huracan, standard Huracan, another dealer, different dealer, he had a 2018 Huracan Performante. I mean, most people have had them, so they're just the ultimate Lamborghini. Better than an Aventador S. Some people say better than the SV. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, the Huracan Performante for 165 grand. Well, these were £250,000, weren't they? And they were fetching £250,000, and then they just started to drop and drop and drop. So 165k for a Performante. Probably one of the cheapest ones in the country, I can imagine. Absolutely stunning car. And ironically, that dealer, he also had something that was a little bit unique, but I couldn't believe the price. I actually double checked and went back. So he had a 2005 Ferrari F430 for 64k. 64 grand for a red Ferrari 430. Absolutely crazy money. Beautiful car, low mileage, absolutely immaculate. Ferrari Rossa red, absolutely stunning. You look like a proper Ferrari. How you, as a kid growing up, you want a Ferrari to look like, for 64 grand. So a really, really, really good buy. Definitely one to look out for. Again, if you're thinking about getting into the prancing horse, you know, there's some good deals to be had out there. The California T's, really good prices as well. And one of my favourite cars is the Audi R8. The V10, there's lots of them out there, and they've really dropped sub 100 grand now. There's a dealer up north, he's got 5 or 6 R8s, and depending on the mileage and depending on the age, I mean, he had a 2018 R8 V10, low mileage, absolutely immaculate, 82 grand. 82 grand for, what was that, 155 grand new for the V10 Plus. Absolute bargain. Absolute bargain. And he's got about 5. He had 5 R8 V10s there. Just amazing. White one. The white one was beautiful. It was just over 90 grand for this white V10 Plus, and he just was stunning. They do look special in the white. But anyway, somebody else I was talking to had a 2012 Mercedes SLS. Now, it's not the Black Series. So with the Black Series, as I've spoke to you about before, are going through the roof. They're absolutely crazy money. You know, well over £500,000 now for an SLS Black, probably close to sort of 700 grand. But this was a non-Black Series, and it was 146 grand. Ironically, it was a white one with black wheels and black trim. Absolutely stunning for 146k. So absolutely amazing. But I was talking to another guy the other day, and I think we're both on the same line of this. I don't really quite know what's happened, but an absolute real bargain, probably one of the best bargains out there at the moment, is the Mercedes AMG GT. Now, I know there's the GT, the GTR, the GTS, the GT Pro. I know there's lots of different versions, but they're all absolutely amazing. The Mercedes-Benz build qualities, they're going to last. The two-door coupe is a stunning shape, absolutely stunning shape. Absolutely love it. And I found it was quite a high mileage one for 42 grand, but I found a really clean 2016 one for 57 grand for a 2016 AMG GT. Really clean, really nice looking, not massive miles, for 57k. That's the price of a new Ford Mustang, isn't it? That's just crazy money, you know. So there's definitely some good deals to be had out there, guys. Just start looking. If you want to contact us, direct messages, put comments below. We're always happy for to come across and say, listen, what about this? What about that? You know, I'm always looking at cars and car prices, all looking for deals to be had. People are always ringing me saying, Rich, is this a good price? Is that a good price? Or I've got a budget. What would you recommend I get for this kind of budget or whatever? So there's lots of things out there, guys, and some really good deals to be had. And hopefully what I've gone through with you today, there's lots of different levels. I think if you're in the right financial market at the moment, the McLaren 720S is an absolute steal. I can't imagine it's going to depreciate much more, not in big chunks anyway. And a very fast supercar for that kind of money is crazy. But there's some good deals to be had. Look at the S-Class Mercedes, coupe or convertible. again, stonking car for the money, and there's some good deals to be had. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching, listening. I really appreciate everything that you do for us, all the support, the love that we got for the i40 M Sport BMW video we did last week was amazing. I think we've had nearly 200 views, and we've had lots of interaction with people. They enjoyed the laughter of it. Two guys having a bit of a banter. Keith, you know, we're going to get Keith back on. He's going to stage 2 Tunis, and he's going to go to the Nuremberg. When he comes back, we're going to have a part 2 interview with him, and I'm going to drive it when it's over 500 brakes, see if I can tell the difference on this one. But really, really good. Thank you for the support, guys. It's a new channel, and we really do appreciate it. KD is back off holiday soon, so he will be some more videos, I promise. We've got a lot of car videos coming up, so guys, please push the subscription button if you haven't already. Push the notification button. Let us know what we can do to help you guys as well. If there's anything you want to see on the channel, any information, any feedback, we appreciate. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. And we'll speak to you soon. Take care. Drive safe. Bye, guys.